Well, before I forget, I want to thank the speakers for keeping to our timeline. Just a few minutes after 12 o'clock, and this is probably a record for a number of years to finish in a timely manner and get to lunch on time. Just a few closing comments. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us today for this great induction ceremony, for Leroy and for Noel. I gotta slow down a little bit. Great induction ceremony. I invite you to become affiliate members of the Wisconsin Conservation Hall of Fame. As I mentioned earlier, we've been in existence for 32 years. We struggle financially to make ends meet. Volunteers do a lot. I know that well because it's been a couple of months of hard work to pull everything together. If we could find enough money to hire a part-time administrative assistant, that would provide a little bit easier way to accomplish all the things we do, and also be able to process our induction nominations in a more maybe fruitful manner. A quick note, we're going to, if you want to make nominations for this year, we're cutting off the nominations process with July 1st. That would give our staff enough time to put that material together and forward it to the Board of Governors for their meeting at the end of August. And then the decisions are made the first week of November by the Board of Directors. Sometimes we get last-minute requests and then it becomes too difficult to process it in a way that's fair for everyone. Remind you that in the packet of material that you picked up, the program and the newsletters and a brochure, please look those things over. The newsletter in particular highlights some of our challenges as well as some of our initiatives and a request for assistance. And if you can't assist, maybe you know someone else. Pass it on to them and suggest this is a worthy cause. I encourage you to visit the Wisconsin Conservation Hall of Fame Gallery and Visitor Center at Smeekley Reserve. There's also 200 acres there for you to roam. Great birding, wonderful places to get some exercise after an excellent meal. Talking about luncheon, we need to leave promptly to drive to Smeekley. I mean, to Smeekley, but you can see the line. Maybe not. No, I'm sorry. Take me back. We're at Century Theater? Yes? 2 lefts and a right will get you where you're going. Once you hit the main road, a left to the next stop sign, another left, a little ways up that way, and then there's a right. There's a sign that says Century World, probably golf course, and then there's a new, well, it's an old building, but it has a wonderful new entryway that looks very oriental. And I think you'll enjoy the ambiance of that building as well as the lunch. I believe we may still have a few tickets for lunch. As I said earlier, we'd like to sell those extras rather than have to pay for them out of our very small budget. Steve, are you still here? Do you think we still have some tickets? If you haven't already got a ticket and want to, Steve will be at the registration desk right after we depart in a minute. There is a cash bar. First one's there. Get served first. I asked the people at Century World to start serving at 12:30 if we have enough people there. So we don't have to wait for everybody to get there, because I know some of you have long travel plans afterwards. The map is here. If you need a handout map, there are also some there. Lastly, I want to highlight that my wife and I spent 5 wonderful years in Africa, and we have some beautiful African baskets, but more importantly, that's a segue to remind you, if you have name tags and ribbons, you can save her a lot of work next year and some funds if you would return those. But if you're going to the luncheon, continue to wear those because they're pretty and people will know who you are. If you're leaving to home right now, there's a basket like this just outside of the doorway. With that, I hope it's sunny outside and that you've had a fruitful and enjoyable time with us today. Come back again next year. Best wishes. I do have one other request. I think I made this. Speakers and family are welcome to come up here, and we'll take some pictures of the group of speakers together around the plaque.